So right before Comic-Con even comes out, we already got some information about Godzilla 2, King of the Monsters 2019, whatever the frig you want to call it. And I'm gonna talk about all that stuff on today's episode of You're the Monsters. So let's hop right on into that. Snippity snap, my fellow human beings and fellow creatures of the cosmos. This is Sam the Geigen fan, and today we're going to be talking about some of the recent news that came out about Godzilla King of the Monsters, the 2019 sequel to the 2014 Godzilla movie. Now, if you know my history with this movie, you know that I'm not too hyped for it. It's the one I'm least hyped for out of the decade. And that mostly just came out of, information that was leaked from earlier screenplay stuff and all that stuff. You can go watch other videos talking about it, and yeah, I'm not going to go too much into depth about that here. But this recent news just might change my mind about that, because what just came out was actually pretty interesting, and I'm going to talk about that right now. Now, just to get it out of the way, there was this friggin' dope image of Godzilla released on Entertainment Weekly accompanying an article, which I'll talk about. But let's just talk about the image first, because it's rad. So you have this picture of Godzilla just shooting his atomic breath in the ocean up to the sky, so to beam in the sky. And yeah, it's a pretty cool image. I'm not dying of just the sheer awesomeness like some people are, but I mean, it's a cool image, I'm not gonna lie. Godzilla's design has definitely changed up a bit from what he looked like in 2014, mainly in his dorsal plates. These dorsal plates feel a lot more just irregular and jagged, a lot more like something from like Godzilla 2000 Millennium, which is awesome because, best Godzilla design, fight me. So yeah, there isn't really much different with the design other than that. His tail feels a bit longer and thicker than what it looked like in 2014. Also, they fixed the receding neckline issue that I talked about. If you guys get that reference, then geez, how long have you been watching my channel for? Arms are also kind of longer, his chest is a lot more big and puffed out, so he's a little fatter. And yeah, there isn't really a whole much more to this image. There is a submarine looking thing, which I don't think is a submarine. During filming, there was a sort of like paper thing talking about like different Monarch bases, and there was an underwater base, and I think this is what they were talking about, so I don't think that's a submarine. I thought originally those were icebergs and this was Antarctica, so this would be where Godzilla...
2,000 years later.
So I originally thought that underwater base was icebergs, so that would be taking place in Antarctica, where King Ghidorah is hidden. So I thought that this scene might be where Godzilla, comes to Antarctica and he has a quick fight with King Ghidorah before, the finale. But Michael Dunnery came out and said this all about it. Basically, he said that this scene is a pivotal moment in the movie and is a quote-unquote call of arms. Now, if you don't know what a call of arms is, it's basically just a guy saying, hey, can you guys come here? We're gonna go fight a dude. Yeah. So this atomic breath blast into the sky is basically just Godzilla calling someone or someones to help fight against, I'm assuming, King Ghidorah, because, it's the most likely out of the three, I don't know. Which is weird because earlier interviews of the movie said that there wasn't a team up, but who knows? Those people only saw like the first 40 minutes of the movie, so they could be horribly wrong. And there actually could be a team up, which would be friggin' sweet. But if there isn't a team up, and if this is a call of arms, then I'm personally thinking, and I'm gonna go a bit, out there on this theory, I'm personally thinking that there might be a second Godzilla. If this is a call to arms and there isn't a team up between the three main monsters, then this could be Godzilla calling another Godzilla. There's multiple Godzillas in this universe, like the Atom specimen found in the Philippines, and the different Godzillas drawn on cave walls to indicate that there's a lot more than just this one Godzilla that we saw back in 2014. So if there isn't a team up between the three core monsters, I'm betting on it being, another Godzilla in this movie. And besides, it's not like this is a first time thing in the franchise. Remember Planet of the Monsters? Anyone? No? Oh, that's right, everyone hates that movie. So yeah, that's basically that image talked about. There was another image released featuring, there was another image released that shows our two main characters, Vera Farmiga and Eleven, looking over what I'm assuming is King Ghidorah trapped in ice because, they're wearing winter clothing and, it must be a cold place. And I don't know if you know this, but Antarctica is pretty cold. I mean, I don't know how cold it gets, but I've heard that it's, kind of cold, so. And that's basically all we can talk about when it comes to that image. So let's talk about some of the interview stuff with Michael Dougherty. Basically what he said, he's the director for those of you who don't know, is that this movie is essentially following up on 2014 in the sense of it's gonna follow up on all the people who are paranoid about Godzilla because people haven't seen him since, when he attacked in San Francisco. So the last thing they saw of him was him yeeting himself back in the ocean. So everyone's friggin' spooked about him. They're not sure whether or not there's more creatures like him out there somewhere. We know that there is with things like Mothra, Ghidorah, and Rodan flying all about in the world. Which, I mean, yeah, it's cool, but it's kind of expected because, a giant monster attacking your city just doesn't get blown over in a week. But needless to say, I am kind of excited to see how this plays out in the movie. So, yeah. Michael Dougherty also told us that he really friggin' likes Rodan, and in some ways he thinks that he's more powerful than Godzilla, describing him as, quote, an A-bomb with wings. So that's kind of a weird analogy, but sure. He also states that Rodan is like Godzilla's sidekick, which, yes, best ally, fight me. Get that Virgin Anguirus out of here. The Chad Rodan is in the house, and he is here to fight against King Ghidorah alongside Godzilla. So with all this news coming out about King of the Monsters, have my opinions changed, or are they different? Wait, that's the same things. Needless to say, they have changed. I'm a lot more optimistic about this movie than what I was before, but I'm still trying to keep my expectations extremely low, just in case if it does turn out to be disappointing. I mean, 2014 was kind of disappointing anyway, so I don't know. Needless to say, I'm keeping my expectations low, but I can't wait to see what, news is revealed about this movie next. But what did you guys think about all of this? Do you think it was good, trash, or somewhere in between? Either way, this is Sam the Gagged Fan, telling you guys that Rodan is Chad, and to wash your hands.